Hey there, Internet Knife friends. Are we ready to rot our brains today? Yeah, that's right. Watching pocket knife content has been known to liquefy your brain. You thought it was the seed oils and the tofu. No, it's the knife content. Today's video is about some new pro techs released a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, depending on how quickly I craft this video out. ProTech has some new stuff they wanted to know if I wanted to check out, and because I am an idiot, or am I not an idiot? Can both be true? Anyway, I said yes, knowing it was going to be real hard to make a video in like 2 weeks. One of those weeks I was camping, and then also I'm working on the Bussy Hellraiser 2 review and another Bussy video, which I guess they're going to have to come after this one now. But I've never been not one to release subpar content, you know. They do say great art comes from pain and suffering, although I don't know if it's the audience or the artist who has to suffer, because I didn't pay attention in art history class in art college. I would fall asleep a lot. So hopefully this makes you miserable, which I think would mean it's good. Me, on the other hand, right now, though, I'm happy. ProTech's aluminum-handled, elegantly designed automatic knives make me happy. You know I like my ProTechs. You know I have a couple. There's the Don, there's the Bren 3, there's the SBR, there's the Godfather. And I got to borrow some button locks from Matt once. That was fun. They are reliable. They're sometimes tactical. Other times they're pretty. Feel good in the hand. You know, compliments I don't even mind being told from time to time. Anyway, want to see my pocket knives? First up, the one they sent me is the Spartan Blades collaboration known as the Pallas or Pallas or Pallas, depending or not if you've ever heard the word spoken before. I haven't. Apparently there's a historical, you know, it's like the whole Spartan connection and the Greeks and the Romans in the 300s and shit. But one of those pronunciations has to be right. The Pallas Auto, otherwise known as the SB1101, is a roughly speaking paramilitary 2-sized automatic pocket knife with a MagnaCut blade and aluminum handle.
Hey man, you mean a switchblade? I got one of those.
Yeah, a switchblade. Anyway, since we're on a strict, I can't be bothered to make titles timeline, here are the basic specs ProTech sent me in an email. I just copy and pasted it. It was already formatted and everything, mostly. While ProTech will undoubtedly make all kinds of different colored variants, the one seen here is just the black anodized aluminum and a stonewashed blade, and the base model starts at $270. Have you ever seen their like custom ones or their limited ones that are like several $1,000s? Man, those are nice. Man, I don't have that kind of money though. The blade is some sort of drop point flat grind, and it's got this nice little spot up top where you can rest your thumb. It's for the detail work, I hear. There's also a little jimping up there, like right at the tang area. The knife, as usual, as ProTechs do, fires extremely hard with the press of the button. Now, it doesn't have to be said, although that's never stopped me before for saying something. Autos, the trade-off is, for a fast deployment, it's more inconvenient to close the knife due to spring resistance. Now, fans of autos like myself, just deal with it. It's not a big deal. Maybe you're new to autos. Most autos are single action, or single action, dual action, double action. I don't remember the difference. But you know, you hit the button and it goes one way and it doesn't come back the other way. That's what I mean. Handle here is extremely well finished. If you've had a ProTech before, you know they kind of are similar in that way. Everything is rounded, ergonomic, just the absolute finest handle out there. All the ProTechs I own feel wonderful in the hand. Remember, feeling wonderful in the hand is nice. The button side is without hardware other than the button and the pivot for the blade. It's a very nice, clean look. There's only a few screws on the other side. Very well considered. Also, the pocket clip here is tip up, blade backward in the right pocket only. In the right pocket, that puts the button against your leg. Now, in a nice touch, the pocket clip hardware here is recessed, as are the screws, so it's flush under the pocket clip with no protruding hardware. Pocket clip has a decent amount of tension. It's wide, deep carry, and slides in the pocket nicely, although there's a little bit of resistance there. Size comparisons. First, against the Paramilitary 2. That's a fun one. Remember this one's Blade HQ exclusive run I got a while back. It's got the truck bumper texture and the MagnaCut. You guys remember that video, right? Next up, the Microtech Ludit. You would not have seen this video because I haven't done one ever on it, even though I got it years back. Microtechs, as you know, have a lot of tactical ribbing. I assume most guys here will be wearing operator gloves, or that's what Microtech assumes based upon, you know, busy nooks and crannies here, bumps and grooves, ribbed for your pleasure. ProTechs, on the other hand, though, are clean. I think the busier, the more points, it's more tactical. I don't know. And then now, because why not, the stump lifter, which is a slip joint I designed, and there's still some available on Blade HQ. I do have to remind people of that every now and then. We sold a whole bunch of them, and there's a few left, so get one while you can, because there's probably not going to be another run. All right, how about the ProTech and the Vero Engineering latest collaboration, the Synapse 2.0? I don't know much, but I do know I love the look here and the herringbone pattern on the handle. I believe there's a plain version. Now, it's a complicated pattern, which, you know, it happens to match my exact style. And you're probably like, you already did that joke in the reel, but maybe some of you didn't see the short video I spammed on Instagram and YouTube Shorts last week. Now, like the Pallas, this one is blasted hardware and anodized aluminum, mostly the same materials other than the blade steel. But let's look at those fine dimensions first. Yeah, just copy and paste it. I'm a lazy motherfucker. The thing is here, I was working on my bussy video first. ProTech reached out and they were like, can you make a time video? And I said yes. And I said I could release them a week apart, which is not easy for a guy like me. Sometimes I can do a timed release, but you know, the real job, the work, the kids, the home life, it is an effort to match timing. Because I have to think about when I have to do these in the morning and the evenings and how long it's going to take me to edit. It takes me, you know, 5-6 hours at least to edit each video. Because you got to edit the audio and all my mistakes, and you got to edit the video, and you got to shoot the video. You got to go back and like add the stuff you forgot to shoot. You know how it is making internet knife content. But I'm going to time something for somebody like, hey, can you do a video on this date? We're doing a big release, and I like the company. I bought plenty of stuff from them in the past, and I wanted to work with them again, so I did it. Anyway, you don't need to know that. That's some housekeeping. So the big difference here, aside from that it's a different knife altogether, but the materials aspect here is we have a Magnamax blade, which is the latest new and improved extra unicorn dust steel from Dr. Laren from Knife Steel Nerds and MagnaCut fame. I'll link the description below to the steel so you can read about it, but basically it improves on the wear resistance and edge retention of MagnaCut that you didn't think could get any better, but with a touch less of toughness. I believe toughness would be referred to as the bendability and the resistance to breaking. Tougher blades don't really chip, but they bend easier. Now, MagnaCut and Magnamax are purposely formulated steels for pocket knives, like higher end knives. It's not a steel used pretty much in anything else other than pocket knives and tools now, multi-tools. I think Leatherman puts it in some of theirs. Handle on this one, comfortable. I love the beautiful herringbone pattern. I can't wait to see if some real fun colors come out of there, or some like inlays. Man, those look real nice. I tend to prefer the more colorful knives, you know. Like the Pallas, we have similar hardware with a clean button side. Also, same on the pocket clip here as far as positionability goes. Blade backward, tip up in the right pocket, button facing the inside, touching your leg. No, I don't believe I've ever had a ProTech deploy in my pants pocket. Somebody's going to ask that, so I figured I'd tell you that. The Synapse 2.0 has a steeper rise to the clip near the end, so it slides in the pocket a touch easier. There's a little bit larger of a gap, so if you have thicker pocket material, it's better. It is not a fully deep carry, though. I think of my preference visually of the two, the Synapse 2.0 wins out. I just love the design. I think the Pallas fires harder as an auto, not like the Synapse is a slouch, though, but the Pallas has a pretty hard hit, and there is a difference. It's easy to tell when you have them side by side. Anyway, size comparisons. Paramilitary 2. Yep. You've seen that one. What about, you know what, how about bringing back this beauty, the 0556 of the Zero Tolerances. I love this knife. It's not small, but very lightweight and compact. And here is a launch. Kershaw launch. How about that? It's aluminum, auto. All right, that about wraps it up. Thanks to ProTech for working with me on this. I love pretty much everything they do. They gave me, of course, free reign to make this video. They just said, hey, mention the price, and I did. So that was it. The one knife show I went to in the past, I actually met Matt with ProTech. He's a great, nice guy. He reached out to me, which is where I, bought the lovely Godfather at that knife show. Anyway, these are just awesome knives. I don't think it's possible for me to not like ProTechs. I'm not a sophisticated audience sometimes, but because I love most autos, even the cheap ones, and the more expensive ones like these. These are very fine autos and are made in the USA and in line with the pricing of all other made in the USA autos. to put that in perspective, because I know the price does scare some people. Anyway, say hi to the patrons. Thanks to them as always. I plan on doing some giveaways soon over on Patreon after I finish up a couple of videos where I have to use a knife first. I have a bunch of Kershaws to give away, but I have like a Kershaw video in the works that I have recorded the audio for and shot some of the video for, but people keep reaching out and I keep saying yes, so that's a back burner one, because anyway, no one needs to know that. Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for watching.